Hey, we're back.
Hey,
look who we got today, Barney!
Hey, it's
Barney! Special guest.
It's Barn.
Check. One. Does this work?
It's working.
I'm not used to this.
Yeah. No,
Episode 23. And
Episode 23. We got Jason Rowland making a surprise appearance.
Surprise on the couch.
I like your shoes, dude.
Thank you.
Did you get those for your birthday party?
No, I didn't. But wasn't that fun?
That was great, man.
That was pretty
That's such a
unbelievable.
good
Jason, okay, we got to talk about this.
Let everybody in on it.
And let's go. Okay, wind back to last week. Jason had a surprise party. Let us know your side of it. Okay,
My side of it.
What's going on? Let's go like 2 days before the party.
2 days before the party,
Yes.
we kind of try a couple of weeks or months or whatever.
Right.
Scott,
His
Scott Newberg.
sweet
Oh,
wife,
yeah.
Kaylee, worked so hard on that.
She
man.
did.
I mean,
So let us know about that.
Yeah, so Scott,
Yeah.
he calls me up and he says, he said, so there's a lady coming in, and she's an older lady, she's wealthy, and her bucket list is she wants to play 5 songs in Nashville.
5 songs in Nashville.
I said, okay, and he says, she's going to pay you $500.
$500.
Like,
normally that would be outrageously absurd, but
yeah.
it's Nashville, so
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's like, it's a bucket list, and her husband's a rancher or something,
Right,
whatever.
right.
Hook, line, and
And
sinker.
I was like, yeah, I can do that, sure, no problem. So he charts the songs out, he makes a Dropbox, sends it to the rest of the musicians that are going to be on it,
Yeah.
sends it to me. So my brother-in-law, John, who was in for it, he's got a video of me sitting a couple hours before it. I'm sitting there learning the songs and making my notes. I got the intro on this one. I'm texting Scott saying, "Are you going to take this part, or you want me to take it?" So, then Scott says, "Well, my wife Nancy is doing this photo shoot at 3:00," and he said she's not going to be able to go with me. But she's going to come later on. So, could you just come and pick me up so I don't, have to, have another car out there.
Boy, it went deep, didn't it?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll come and pick you up, and he's like, okay, great, that would be awesome. So I go and pick him up, and we head out to World Music in Nashville, and we're coming in the back, and he's trying to get the door open. We didn't know it was one of those that opened up sideways. So he's trying to get the door open. I see people standing around, and Kaylee heard me say, "Uh-oh."
Yeah.
And she said, oh, she thought that I knew at that point or had found out. But I wasn't saying that. I just saw people standing around. Oh. And I said, uh-oh, because it's like, well, we're supposed to be setting up.
They're here already.
Yeah. We haven't sound checked. We haven't run through this stuff at all.
Yeah.
So then he opens up the door, and it's like, everybody's just standing around. And then it's like, but I know these people that are standing around. So then everybody came up and hugged me and said, "Happy birthday!"
It was awesome.
You're not making $500.
You're not making $500. No. It was awesome, though. I mean,
It was amazing.
And that ruse, I mean, it was born months and months ago.
And you guys got in, or you got in on it,
Oh yeah.
Hey, why don't you grab the wife and come out? Monty's cooking tonight.
Yeah.
I got this showcase. I gotta play.
Yeah. He's like, we were snickering the whole time.
Poor Jason.
Yeah, and he
Didn't know a thing.
walked right into a room full of love, though.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a good time. Got up and jammed. It was,
Yes, that
man,
was a lot of fun.
we don't do stuff like that, Monty and I. We don't like to have good times or go out and just hang out. But for you,
But you guys
We
made
made an
sacrifice.
exception.
we bit the bullet,
Yeah.
man.
Got out.
Oh, hey, Monty, you gotta give the finger.
I gotta give we got credits.
Now we're back.
Oh, I see him.
Yeah. You
Okay.
See? You see him?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta do it. Ready?
Hey, that's right.
Hey, he did it way better.
Way
than
better than
Jackson.
Jackson.
Yeah. I think Barney might be our third here. I think he might be out here for all.
You guys
the
looking for a
secrets.
Paul Schaefer?
I think so. Yeah, we'll set you up right
You got
over
too much
there.
hair, man.
I know.
How do you-
I know. I gotta get that
we'll
off.
shave
But
it
I'm
off.
coming into 40, so
well-
I should probably just start going.
You know what I'm not used to is hearing his voice. I didn't know he had one. You can actually speak.
I can talk. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love you, Caleb. I'm sorry.
He's married to an Italian woman.
It's They are the best women.
Yes, they are.
You love them as
Absolutely.
the Rollers.
Yes.
Yes. And speaking of the Rollers,
Yes.
who is our guest today that you have brought?
Punched right in the.
Barney has brought our guest today.
Billy Droze.
Billy Droze.
Droze. Yeah, man.
How did you pull that off?
You know, I know some people. You know, I just greased him a little bit. You know, we can talk about that later.
Okay.
We still need to get Diffie for the club too.
Yeah, I need to send out. He sent a birthday message for me.
He
Did you
sure
see
did.
That was
He
awesome.
sure did.
Yeah,
That was
that was really cool.
But no, back to the Paul Schaefer thing. I think that would be a good idea. You know,
You set me up over there.
unfortunately, we got Janet there at the craft table, and then we've got Honey, the masseuse.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we've got our Nairobi
It's
breast
getting-
milk one.
it's
It's full in here.
It's getting way too crowded.
The harem's growing.
I know that
Yeah.
coffee was amazing.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's the secret.
Yeah.
Nairobi breast milk.
Yeah. So you might have a good time.
Yeah, I might just stay out here.
Yeah.
Never go home.
Eat ham sandwiches, get back rubs, and drink breast milk.
Man, I'm in.
What else is there?
Out here in the holler.
Out here in the holler.
So, Jason,
Yeah.
Yes.
while you got the microphone, is
Yes.
there anything on your chest that you would like to get off or that you would like to say? Because, I mean, this is...
You
Man,
got
I
a
don't-
rat
it's
clock
just-
right there. I
know.
actually christened it
Yeah.
last show.
Monty
I
gave, it,
turned it over and I went off on.
Monty gave it a good wash last time.
It's, oh man, it's so much pressure. I mean, there's so much to say.
Is there anything that,
But
you know, you've been
There's something
dying
in
to
your
say?
craw that just drives you nuts.
there is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but yes, there is.
My breath?
You said breast milk breath.
Yeah, it smells like onions. Eating raw onions.
Interesting story. Find out about that.
Find out
later.
about that later.
Yeah. You know me. I'm just
Yeah, I know.
happy-go-lucky. Just
I know, man.
Nothing ever.
It just blows
gets
me
to me.
away.
Yeah.
Oh no, I've seen you get dark maybe twice.
Yeah.
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 But
I-
I can't remember the instances.
Well, there was.
I think it was after we saw the Star Wars movie that sucked so bad.
Yeah, that was a little.
No, we had a good time that day.
We had a great time. That
were
was a
drunk,
fantastic day.
right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
that's what it was. So the theater was one of those kind of waitresses and bar.
and then we went to the
recliner,
Haunted Museum. I
And then
mean,
went to the Haunted
It was
Museum.
a fantastic day.
That was probably my best day ever.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of the best
I mean,
days right
you know,
there.
I've got birth of children, weddings, and then that day. Is
That
up here.
day, yeah.
It's a great day.
What movie did you see? Was it episode 1?
It was
It's the worst one ever.
no, it was Last Jedi.
No, yeah. And
Oh.
We thought it was great until we
I
saw
thought-
it the
yeah.
second time.
what? Yeah.
But that time was great.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. No, I think one of the last times I got really dark or stressed was one of those. It wasn't this past Cash Creek show. Or it was
This is the one before that.
no, it was the one with Larry Stewart because I had walked out and I left my iPad with all my charts.
That was a tough night.
Almost every Cash Creek Club show that you walk into, that's where you can see it. It's like Barney is just not himself.
Yeah, that last one you were like, I can. The force is strong. I can feel the stress.
I know.
But that one, especially because I mean, about halfway there, it's like I left my iPad with all the charts and everything, and Kaylee's like, I gotta go back and get it. You know, it's like you're not gonna make it back. It's 5:00 in Nashville. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when I was a little stressed out.
No, that one time you said, "Hey, can I take this next act off here?" I can't remember who it was. I can't remember.
Can I just
I'm
go
gonna
have a drink
I'm
with
just gonna
5?
sit over here.
Yeah,
at
you're
the
like,
bar for- I'm gonna pound as many as I can in 3 songs.
Already. Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, we just love Jason Roller here at the old
big
Cash
love.
Creek Club.
Big
He's-
lovin'.
He is our favorite. But we're gonna be back with Billy Droze.
Yeah.
All right.
You're my one temptation, the one I can't refuse. My one and only weakness is you. If you ever tell me that I have to give you up, it's just gonna kill me, 'cause I can't live without your love.
Monty, we got a full couch today.
What happened?
Woohoo! Billy Droze and Jason Roller. My goodness. How many number ones are sitting on this couch right now?
Jason's got more.
I'm a big number 2.
If 0 counts, I got a bunch of those. It's before 1. So.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. No, Billy Droze is our guest today. We're so happy to have you here, Billy.
It's awesome to be
Jason's along here, just, he's kind of learning the ropes
here.
of
Just
this
along for the
business.
ride.
He's a newbie.
He's adding Purdy to the couch.
Billy's showing him how to do it. So. How's he working out for you? Is he doing all right?
I'm trying to get his fiddle chops up,
Oh,
and
man,
it's
that's tough.
I'm a champion fiddler,
Right.
and it's crazy.
That third stop gets him every time. It's because your ring finger's too short. You can't reach the third time.
Yeah.
Nah.
People know we're joking, right?
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
good deal.
Absolutely.
I
It's
think so by
constant.
now.
I can't play fiddle.
Well,
Well, you've played fiddle for me before. I've heard you.
So Billy, tell us about you, man. Give us the whole skinny. I mean,
Well,
from the beginning.
I moved to town when I was about 17 years old. Slept on a bunch of couches. Just went everywhere trying to chase the musical dream, and got a lot of no's, and slept behind a lot of VFWs, and in my 1982 Ford Escort. And the thing about me, man, is I'm just I'm a very determined kind of guy, and so when I get my mind set on something, I don't stop, and
I get that from you.
keep on trying.
I get that.
And it's frustrating, but when you start seeing the fruits of your labor kind of pay off here and there, it's awesome. It's a blessing, and I know it's from bigger hands than my own. And so I work very, very hard. And fast forward, almost 20 years, I'm living the dream, raising babies, and got a beautiful wife, and been married 10 years, and we live out in the middle of nowhere, past Sleeper's Fork, and
That's good living.
making music, man. Making bluegrass records, and just touring a lot, and that's about what's going on.
So you're coming off 4 consecutive number ones, correct?
On this album, yes, sir. So we
Wow.
had 2.
That's Michael Jackson numbers.
I wish it paid like Michael Jackson. I wouldn't be buying a theme park and a giraffe. A little extra Similac maybe, but but life is good. When we first started cutting bluegrass records, I had always generally done country music, but older traditional style country music, more reminiscent of Lefty Frizzell and Haggard and stuff
Sure.
like that.
Sure.
And so, back in those days, there really wasn't a fine line between country and bluegrass. I mean, you could go to the Grand Ole Opry 50 years ago, and you could 40 years ago or whatever, and you could hear, Bill Monroe, and you could hear Hank Sr. and all. I mean, it was all this kind of melting pot of American music. And so putting these, I don't like labels and boxes, so putting all these labels on it is what it is, man. I just think I have a genuine style of bluegrass music, and it seems like it's resonating with folks, and
Well, yeah.
I'm excited about that. So.
I think it's great. I mean, I really, I was a Johnny come lately to the Billy Joe's party. I apologize, and I regret all those years I missed the enjoyment of your music.
Go back a few more years and you won't regret it.
No, man, so 17. That's and just going for it.
Yeah, man.
That's very cool.
I didn't fit well in at high school. I just didn't like it because I already kind of had my career goals planned out.
Right.
And I knew what I was going to. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew
Right.
exactly what I was going to do. And so.
Because I mean, it's a tough town for 35-year-olds.
Yeah.
Just imagine coming as.
Well, I wouldn't know. I'm only 33. So.
Yeah, it ain't got tough yet.
No, it has.
Trust us on that one.
It definitely has.
Yeah.
It's amazing, how many friends you have, when you're young and you're on, RCA records, and then it's amazing how many friends you don't have as soon as you get dropped. And so,
Sure.
Talking about tough towns, but you find out,
Yeah.
this is a great liaison into a Jason Roller, you find out who your friends are, not to quote Tracy Lawrence or whoever wrote that song, but you got guys like Jason that he played on stuff for me, literally when I 5 years after I got here.
Oh, really?
And I just always remember him being a really cool guy, and just he was a guy that Jason can play it. You'd be at County Q tracking or something, and he'd have this workstation with kazoos and trumpets and no, but all
And
his
the triangle. He
yeah.
chose the triangle.
But if there was like a banjo part or whatever, Jason would be in there and he would just kill it.
Yeah.
And he was stupid enough to give me his number one time. And I ever
wore it
since
out, right?
ever since then I'm calling him for everything. Hey man.
Oh, Barty is a friend to man. He is. He is. And you keep waiting for the other shoe to drop, right? I mean, you know there's an asshole in there somewhere.
I think there is, but the thing is, like,
I think there is. I love that.
I've literally tried to piss him off. Can we say piss?
What?
Did I just say, okay? I've tried to irritate him.
Oh, piss him off. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I've tried to irritate this guy, and he's just like, "Oh, it's cool, man. It's all good." Yeah. I've done it on purpose a few times.
Yeah.
Like I was helping him paint some doors at his house, and I literally on purpose put paint on the carpet, see if I was gonna piss him off. Nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, we can clean it up. No big deal.
Kaylee dumped a whole bunch of black paint in my little.
And he didn't get mad.
No,
he
I
was
was
cool.
like, well, nobody's gonna see
You,
it.
you know, if you look closely, the sweat will start to go right above this right brow here. That's where all that anger is.
If
He's
there's ever-
smiling there, and inside it's just a tempest. You know, he's
One day I'm gonna snap, right?
I don't want to be anywhere around.
I know,
One
man.
day.
Yeah, he's gonna look like a Tasmanian devil. Just everything is just gonna.
But he's a perfect combination of just a great human being and a great musician. I mean,
That's
and you
right.
don't.
I know.
I know so many great musicians that just aren't great human beings, or vice versa.
Or vice versa.
So to have both,
That's
you
what-
get Jason Roller.
Yeah, he is a. You know, he is a. An anomaly, without a doubt.
I'm from Boaz, Alabama, man. You can't use words.
Oh,
that
from
big.
Boaz. You're from Boaz.
Yeah, you can't say. What'd you say? Monopoly.
An anomaly. It's like it's something that's not in the norm.
Oh, okay.
You know, but it's
pretty good, man.
especially since I just woke up, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. But
One syllables for now on, okay?
Yeah.
I'm too far away from
You say he's different.
he's different. He's different from everybody else.
He's rare.
I can't believe you're
Yeah,
from
but he
Boaz.
did.
Yeah, from Boaz, Alabama. There's.
Is that down by Arab?
I actually. We lived in Arab. I
You
went
lived in Arab?
went to kindergarten in Arab.
Do you know
and
Jim Nelson?
Jim? I don't know Jim Nelson. I mean,
He's the guy who wears the
Isaac.
Viking hat and plays saxophone really loud.
really?
Yeah.
I might have to not meet him.
I bet, yeah.
No, I would. Jim, I'd like to meet you, but I have never came across a Viking
Yeah.
hat wearing
Yeah.
saxophone player.
He's proudly from Arab, Alabama. So
That's all like this little community. Arab, Boaz. So it's Marshall County. That's where I'm from.
Marshall County. That's cool, man. Because you look more like you'd be my family, like you're from the islands or something. You know.
Well,
I mean?
my mother is from Guatemala, so
Okay.
There's no telling.
Your
what I
wife
got.
is from Lithuania.
Lithuania, so my kids are like
That's
half
very cool.
Spanish, Lithuanian,
That's
American.
cool.
It's-
I bet they're gorgeous.
They, I will say they are. Yeah.
Yeah. we're actually we might be going to Lithuania here next year. I got to talk to you about that, Jason.
Really?
The country festival. Yeah, they just.
Visaginas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it.
I will probably be there. That's in August, right?
yes.
That's funny you said that.
Let's go together.
That's where I met my wife. That festival, that very festival you're talking about, is
Really?
where I met my wife 10 years
There
ago.
might be hope for us, man.
That's crazy. Yeah.
You'll stay in
Two
this.
single guys on the
You'll
town in Lithuania.
I might find a Wilma.
They love American. They love American dudes. So, how I got a beautiful wife,
Oh man.
only Lithuania.
Well, you heard the pizza timer, so we got to take a break here.
All right.
Billy Droze on the couch with his friend Jason Roller when we come back.
His friend.
Back with Billy Droze. Careful there, you're tearing the set apart
Tearing
there.
the set apart. It's a new element. I'm not used to it.
Well, the House Italian builds it, he can tear it down.
That's right.
He's the House Italian.
I have a house Italian too.
Yes, you do.
This is a lot prettier.
So, Billy, you're
Things
pretty
like-
much a bluegrass legend.
I'll take it.
I mean, eight number one songs. Hey, guys.
I'm sorry.
This is Billy Droze.
Sorry, Bill.
Show some respect, people. This is Roy Acuff Jr. here.
I'm gonna take this guy everywhere.
So coming off eight number one singles in the genre, hosting the Inspirational Country Music Awards.
Yes, sir.
You dominated that one too, didn't you?
I got an award. I think they knew that if they didn't give me an award after hosting it, they'd hear from my people.
There you go.
But I was very blessed to get to do that, and of course, Rhonda Vincent did it with us, and
Sure.
and she's just a pro,
Right.
and so I learned a lot by watching.
Sure.
Because I mean that's pretty intense when you're they never hosted an award show and then hosting one's kind
There
of
you go.
you're
Opry.
yeah.
I heard you
you're-
did great. Monty went. I didn't go.
We
I
were
said-
nominated that year for a couple things.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you just
We don't win,
It's
of course.
crazy. You don't have time to breathe because you're just back and forth doing it. But it was nice.
I looked to see who the hosts were if I decide if I'm going to go, and I saw
Yeah.
Billy Droze.
And you just said, nah.
I'm going to sit this one out. I'm waiting for Chris Golden to host.
Yeah.
Had you known,
So sure is prettier.
So
Chris is a cool dude.
Chris is great, man. What I'm getting at is that 8 number one songs in the genre, pretty much on top of the world. He decides, hey, I'm going to do a record label.
Oh, yeah. I think I was sick that day, and it sounded like a great idea. No, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm kind of a control freak when it comes to a musical control freak.
Nobody cares about it like you do.
I believe that, and it's been really nice to we've signed a few artists that I've been able to the stuff that I can do now that I've gotten to a certain point or whatever, do for them that they can't do for themselves because they don't know the ropes or how to or whatever. And it's been so neat. Like, you know, all right, you're debuting on Sirius, or all right, you're this or that, whatever we can give them. There's this one kid from Colorado. He's bad at the bone, young kid, about 22 or so. And, man, he was just so thrilled just to be able to do the few things that we've,
Sure.
you know, afforded to do for him. And so that's neat because coming from an artist standpoint, it's frustrating. You know, I've been here almost, well, over half my life. And so when you finally start seeing some daylight, it's a beautiful thing. And so my idea of, you know, my course of thought on it was if I could, you know, expedite it or like, say, hey, there's a hole there. You're going to fall in it. Like if I can just say, you know, I've been there, I've kind of done that. So let's kind of take this road. It might help you. It might get there a little faster. And it's a lot of stinking work.
Shoot.
I mean, it's day and night, but I've got a really good team. We formed the label with a guy named Chuck Allen Floyd. He's a music attorney in town. So word of the wise, if you're going to start a record label, it's pretty smart to start one with an attorney. Save you a lot of money. And so me and him headed up, and it's fun. It's kind of good cop, bad cop it every now and then.
Sure.
But
Well, your A&R team is on point, by the
Yeah.
way. You picked up that duo that's living down there in Nolensville.
they're the what were the
Rockers?
the Rollies?
rollers.
The Rollers.
Rollers.
The rollers.
The Rollers,
Just like
yeah.
roller skate.
That's right. And I do know that our fans love the Rollers. I mean, they cannot get enough.
I mean,
So-
my thing is what's not to love? You got
I
talent
know.
oozing out of that
Oh,
every
my
which way
gosh.
you look at it. And I mean, it doesn't hurt the vocals, and it doesn't hurt the fact that, you know, old Jason plays all those instruments and so well. And I mean, my thing is, I think musicians and young aspiring guitar players and fiddle players, they would come just to sit there in the front and just be like, oh my gosh,
Oh, they do.
because it's
They do.
craziness.
Yeah. So,
He's like
Yeah.
Ricky Skaggs. Nobody should have that much
right,
talent.
no. You know, we had Picky Ricky and Racing Jason because he plays ahead of the beat all the time. That's not true.
It's not true. That's why I hired him to do all my acoustic tracks.
know. I can stretch it so far, but when it comes to just a bold-faced lie like that, nah.
I
We'll
consider
call it what
myself
it is.
an accomplished guitar player. However, I'll sit in my studio for 3 hours trying to lay just because I love acoustics. It's the foundation of that's how I build records anyway.
Mm-hmm.
The acoustic guitar is the foundation of everything you're going to put on it. Where if you're not,
Mm-hmm.
cutting it all together, and so and I'll sit there for hours and I'll play it just as perfect as I can. And it just doesn't sound like Jason's in 3 minutes.
No. Yeah.
And my wife, she'll come in, she'll say, just send it to Jason. Or I sent him some one time. I did 5 of them, and I worked for 2 or 3 days, and I was so happy about these tracks. And when I sent them to Jason, when I got the full thing back, I said, those aren't my acoustic. He said, well, they were a little rhythmically challenged.
Yeah. A little in and out here and there.
I listened, and I was like, man, those sound good.
Yeah.
Because they weren't mine. They were Jason's.
You're like, man, I really outdid myself that time. Yeah. No, yeah, he's pretty sticky about that. I mean, every track I get from him is just, I only have to do maybe, a day's worth of editing. Where everybody else, it's usually a couple days,
No,
So
I'd
say it's a win.
It's worth the phone call to say, hey, can you play these acoustics, these fiddles, or
Oh,
whatever?
And you just throw it back in the session. There you go.
It's done.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. You know what? But their album.
So the Rollers, what we're doing right now is he's taken a lot of load off me because I haven't. I love to produce, but so he's producing them, which is awesome. Nobody can produce them better than they can. Mm-hmm. And so you got 4 songs up already?
Yeah.
There's there's 2 I'm really excited about because I got to ride on them. That was kind of a joke, but what I like, what I like about it is it's definitely
it's the label, man. It's conflict of interest town.
It's
he's got publishing on it too. I bet
you daggum right. It's unconventional. The music is, and I like it. It's not like every other thing that you're going to turn on in here. And I think difference is key in the music industry because I mean we've already got a this and a that and you got to when I decided to be different, and that was to make my brand of music and put it in the bluegrass genre. I think that's where things happened for me. I went for years wanting to be the next Keith Whitley or Andy Travis, and that got me nowhere because there was already a Keith and a Randy, and so I'm just thankful that's working for me, and I think the same kind of element of surprise will work for them as well. And so it's just picking people that are, you just, like you said, you just press the red button and the rest is kind of done.
Yeah. Man, that song, that Empty Glass song, I think it's magical. I mean, I've just from the Ode to Billy Joe string section stuff to the dobro. I mean, it's just the
musical elements this cat brings in these productions are just crazy.
Man,
it's and it's got a home, and it's going to find it, and it's going to find a very loyal core group of fans. I do believe that get that sound.
Oh well, every time they do the Cash Creek Club down there, I mean.
What's that other song? It's not Empty Glasses. But it says glass in it. I'm sorry, but I just think it is so good.
Heart of Glass. Did you guys redo the Blondie song?
Well, yeah, we did.
You know what I'm talking about? The one I really liked, and it's like I told you, it's like a musical piece of art. It's killer. And I'm saying that, and I can't remember the name of it, only because we're talking about it.
Memorable, unforgettable song.
Unforgettable.
What was the name of that thing?
Unforgettable.
No, I think you're talking about the same thing.
Am I really?
Yeah, broken
Empty glass?
promises and an empty glass.
Yeah.
Okay. That's exactly what I was talking
That's
about.
the one, man.
That thing is bad.
Oh man, it just comes
y'all
right
beat
out.
him on social media, and
and
everybody
that one won.
liked. Yeah, I know.
That one won, and I think it's cool.
And you know what? It's not the same old. It's not. It's very, and Newbert killed the dobro, man.
He did.
I didn't know he had. In fact, I talked to him. I said, "Do you cut at your house too?" He said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Okay, I'm going to use you then." Now I've heard you. Now
that was Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My gosh, he did great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wrote that with Scott.
Oh heck yeah.
So,
I thought Jerry Douglas stepped in the room for a moment. I was like, "Wow."
Scott Douglas.
Yeah. So you got 4, and it's Redbird Records, correct?
Well, we can't use that because there's a company in North Carolina or somewhere that's. They must have put out records in the 40s or something, and so that name was taken. So we went.
So
with,
your lawyer gets to cut you a check and give you back. Like, well, sorry, I missed that one.
We had to license it under RBR Entertainment.
RBR Entertainment,
and which stands for Redbird Recording, because I have a little studio out in the country that is nowhere near to the caliber of studios that
RBR
Jason has, but it gets the job done. Yeah. So RBR Entertainment LLC. And we're excited, man.
Yeah.
There's some good. We got course, the Rollers, a guy named Zach Top, and Tommy Buller, and my wife. So we have 4 artists on the label, including myself.
Lithuanian bluegrass.
My wife is she's already charted 3 top 10s.
Yeah.
She's doing good. She's just she's a computer, man. She gets in there and I don't have to. There's not much to produce. Just give her, and she gets in there and sings, and she sings every part brilliantly, and she's pretty, and it just works.
Yeah.
And she's very her influences. Yeah. I'm sitting in there till 5 a.m. with a bottle of whiskey, like, I gotta get this track done. She just comes in for 15 minutes. I gotta go change the baby girl here in a minute. So
you are living the dream, Billy.
I'm
Droze.
telling you.
Oh man, we got more with Billy when we come back.
Well, it's always thirsty weather, wherever or whenever. Neither rain or ice or dark or night is gonna keep us from our rain. When it's hot, we need a cold one. When it's cold, we want a warm up. Yeah, Mother Nature is always in our favor, and right now it's thirsty weather. It's always...
That's all on camera.
Oh no! Back to Billy Droze.
Was it really?
Oh,
okay, good.
No. Yeah. That's hilarious. Kids in Africa want to play guitar. Yeah, right. That's their real concern.
Would you like a jelly donut, or would you like to play guitar?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Bread or water, or talk to me.
So Billy, your songwriting credits are pretty thick too. You've had some pretty good cuts.
I wish they were thicker, but yes, I've been blessed to have some cuts. And
Lay some names on us here, buddy.
Hootie and the Blowfish,
Damn.
Queen, Prince. Oh, is it Dream List or actual ones I've had?
I was right here, man.
Yeah, right there,
Holy crap.
No, call me Darius.
Sweet.
No.
Yes. I love it.
For the record, absolutely not. I haven't had those cuts,
I
but
love it.
I came into town and
Prince and Queen. I was trying to think. Crazy little thing called love? Little red Corvette?
oh man, I came into town and didn't know I could write songs because the person I was working with at the time never really encouraged that. And I met a guy named Billy Yates, and God, he's a great songwriter, good human being, smiles a lot, and I was on RCA at the time, and so he signed me to a publishing deal, and I discovered I could write songs, and I learned a lot from guys like that, and I just for the longest time that paid my bills, being a signed writer in Nashville, and so just cuts like Darryl Worley and Jamie O'Neill and Shenandoah and
just cuts like that.
In the bluegrass world, I've had just a ton of cuts and by some big bluegrass artists and stuff. So songwriting is a very big passion of mine, and I love it, and I'm very serious about it, and it's the best therapy on the planet Earth, if you ask me. So
what was it like hearing Marty Raybon sing your lyrics?
Oh, I was very excited. I mean, because we've got a long history with Shenandoah, and I was just on the phone with him this morning actually, because they're cutting a new project. Ironically enough, with the producer I had on RCA, a guy named Mark Bright, and so I had pitched a couple songs over there. They're doing like a duets project with like Lady Antebellum and just the who's who of Chris Stapleton, the who's who of today's.
That seems to be the real vogue thing to do for a lot of these heritage artists now.
Yeah, I mean, a band like that, it's a legacy. I mean, from Alabama and stuff. And Shenandoah is, to me, when growing up as a kid in Marshall County, Alabama in the 90s, you couldn't walk around the corner without seeing Shenandoah everywhere. Right. So I went on to sing lead for him for a while as well. When Marty took a sabbatical.
I thought it all comes full circle now. I thought that was you.
And
dang it, yeah.
I was really bad at it. No, I'm joking.
No, you do have leanings of Marty in your voice, though.
Well, he was, he was my favorite singer growing up. And so that was a lot of fun. But more than fun, I learned so much out there with veterans. Like,
Right.
you know,
You
don't
were
mean
the
to
other
call 'em-
guy singing with Shenandoah.
with the other 4 guys. Since Marty, there was 4 different people, and I just happened to be one of those 4 or 10 or whatever it was. But but riding the roads and learning from like Jim Sills and Mike McGuire. I remember there was a time I would open for Shenandoah and then sing for Shenandoah. Then I would go out and play acoustic and sing a little bit with Marty Rabin. So I was friends with both sides.
Man.
And they hadn't been together in like 13 years, and there was a family tragedy in my family, and I said, all right, y'all got to put your differences aside. We have to do this benefit for my family, and they did. And so that was so I can accredit myself with getting them back together.
Nice
And
work,
it was really neat though.
Yeah.
And now they're doing great. Now they're playing the Opry about once a month, and
Probably
they're
can't even remember what they were mad about now.
yeah, I can. But Marty's back, just singing great as ever, and it's just it's cool. Like you said, it's a heritage thing. They're bad to the bone.
Monty's got a good Marty Raybon story.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you do.
How old were we? 19, 20 years old or something?
Oh, yeah.
Opening up.
We were
for
open for him out there in California in a club, and I had my voice was trashed because I had this cold that I have right now. Basically, it followed me.
He's had for 40 years.
40-year cold.
So, listen. So, I think we were talking to him before the show, and I asked him, I said, man, what do you do when your throat gets to where you can't sing it all? He said, well, son, you just peel off an onion and you eat like an apple. So I did.
Didn't work, did it?
Wasn't the thing to do.
I have to take that up with him at some point.
He sweat onion for 2 weeks.
No one would hear me. It did not help.
I wanted a cheeseburger all the time. Every time I got around them, onions. So old Marty.
You fell for that, didn't you?
Hook, line, and sinker, stinker.
He told me radish, and it didn't work.
So
No,
he
it
was
was
more
an
kind
onion.
to you.
The whole thing.
Oh, Lord.
And he did, man.
I did it.
We made somebody run to Safeway and grab one, but
did not
before
work.
show, he's back there munching on
It did not work.
I don't think Marty was using onions, but I don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah. Good stuff.
I don't know how he held a straight face.
Oh, he's hilarious. He's one of the funniest human beings on the planet Earth.
I'd love to have him to come do the club with us one of these days.
Oh, he'll do it. I bet.
Yeah. Well, we know Billy Droze now.
That might not help. Well, I was going to do it, but
So, Billy, are we still going to get Billy Droze music, or is this all? Are you just Mr. Joe Galante now back there?
No.
Smoking your cigar behind the desk. I like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
It's crazy. So all day long, every day, I'm working on artists and stuff, but from about 10 till 4 in the morning, I'm in the studio. I've already got a brand new record. The record literally just come out, and if Jason had a problem with it, and I always send it to Jason to mix and stuff. So we're 10 tunes up. I just
Really?
I mess with him. I'm like, I'm doing this demo, but it's not a demo because if you send it to Jason, it's gonna sound like a record anyway.
Right,
so I'm hoarding songs up, and we got about 10. He's like, well, I only thought we had 6, but 10 tunes. So yeah, I've already got a new record, and I'm never gonna stop. On my way to the grave, I'll be putting out a new record,
cool.
box set or whatever.
Let's go for 20 number ones before you're done.
I really, I want to be
Pine
like
box
the
set.
George
Hey, we're
Strait
onto
of Bluegrass.
The Pine Box set.
The Pine box set.
Yeah. I think it's within your grasp.
I would love to have at least. I don't care if it's in polka music. I'd love to have 20 number ones.
That'd be awesome. Will you render some of that stuff for us when we come back?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. When we come back, some music from Billy.
Woo! And Jason.
Maybe. Hello, Cash Creek crew. Kimo here with a personal invitation, inviting you all to the Cash Creek Club Live number 5, featuring Mr. Wade Hayes. We've also got R.T. Johnson, The Rollers, Tim Pardee, and your host and master of ceremonies, Mr. James Phillip. That's the Cash Creek Club Live number 5 at the Music City Bar and Grill, December 4th. Billy Droze and Jason Roller, right here.
This was our second time to grace the Bluegrass charts, and it stayed #1 for us for 8 weeks, and I was just shocked because I didn't think they could stay that long. But I was so thankful, and it's just an ode to, man. Anytime you're going through something, and it just gives you hope. This song gives me hope because if you can just stick it out long enough, it all gets better with time. That's the name of this tune. Hope you like it.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
You can hear the truth 1,000 times, and it fly right over your head, till you get tired of the same old lines. Suddenly the truth starts making sense. Don't grow weary, my wayward friend. Life's too short to lay down and die. Keep on walking, keep on looking ahead. It all gets better with time. It all gets better with time. I don't cry about the things I used to when I was young. Demons don't say goodbye, but I still became the man I wanted to become. Yesterday was yesterday, today I'm feeling fine. It all gets better with time. Fear is fake until you make it real, and then it really comes alive. God's forgiven my insanity, and then he opened up my eyes. And don't grow weary, my wayward friend. Life's too short to lay down and die. Don't let them tie your bread, heads under your bed. It all gets better with time. It all gets better with time. 'Cause I don't cry about the things I used to when I was young. Demons don't say goodbye, but I still became the man I wanted to become. Yesterday was yesterday, today I'm feeling fine. It all gets better with time. You can hear the truth 1,000 times, and it fly right over your head, till you get tired of the same old lines. Suddenly the truth starts making sense. 2, 3. I was wanting to do that last part with you.
Way to go, boys.
Arrangements while you wait.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Billy Droze, Jason Roller. Billy, thank you for being on our show,
Man,
buddy.
yes sir, yes sir.
Killing it. Exciting stuff, man.
Anytime, man.
RBR, look for him. BillyDroze.com.
Yes sir.
BillyDroze.com. Be on the lookout for the rollers coming out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Thanks so much.
Awesome.
God bless, man.
There's no one else I need but me. My love was locked and you found the key. Girl, you drive me crazy, you do. I'm still tripping and falling for you.
Thanks, man.
Man, what a day.
That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
What a great time.
Billy's a good guy.
He sure
Yes,
is.
Billy Droze. I mean, we've known who he is for a while, but
He's a talented fella.
great to meet him in person.
Yeah.
Great voice.
I think we just scratched the surface, too.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
I can tell.
Yeah.
There's
hope
a
so.
There's a lot more in there.
yeah, there's a tiger in there wanting to
Yeah.
get out. I can feel
I
it.
like his style, man.
Yeah.
I can latch on to that.
Well, like I said, if you write with him, I mean, he's one of those guys that he just plays a chord and it just falls out.
You gotta have something to press record to record everything, right?
Yeah, you got to make sure you get it.
Yeah.
How many songs did he co-write on you guys' album?
Let's see, we've co-written, 3 or 4 songs now together? So, yeah.
I'm excited about this record. Boy.
Man, I
what
am
I've
too.
heard has just been.
Well, I've
Cool.
tried to make each song have something special and unique, and something that's going to catch somebody's attention.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Are you doing any more vocals? Like, are you taking lead on?
man, the one of the songs that we have, I've got a little spot in the chorus where I poke out, and then the song that, of course, everybody's heard, that one.
Yes.
Can't think of it
That
right now.
unforgettable song.
I want to grow old with you.
So memorable.
Yes. Billy wants me to sing a verse on that one. He says, I think it'd be special if we made this
I think that's a great idea.
a real duet. Have Kaylee sing one verse and then have you sing another
That goes
verse.
right along with the theme of the song.
Well, yeah.
You guys sing in the same key. You got the high lonesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah,
You might hit
the
that
verse.
lesbian market.
there's a
Another
niche, right?
Bluegrass
Bluegrass. Well,
Bluegrass
Lesbian.
lesbian.
market.
Yeah.
That's a niche.
that is a niche right there.
You go.
That's getting that's getting tight. Wow.
That's
Oh no.
No.
Maybe that might that. Yeah. I think the ninja went over that time.
I think
I think
so.
the blue ninja. I said taint last time, and he thought that was too much. Now
You
he's
guys are so progressive over here. So you're gonna start beeping out and bleeping out and blurring
I
out.
think we will. Yeah, that might have to get
Might have
bleeped.
to on that one.
Yeah. Wow. I always thought it would be me. I always thought I would be the one to cross the line, but
So that would
I'm
be
taking it over, man.
it is.
that would be LBG, lesbian blue.
I don't know how many more alphabets we can
It's being bluegrass.
put. Z, Xenon.
Well, if you had a lesbian bluegrass trio, that'd be LBGT.
That's right. A lesbian bluegrass trio, or it could be Little Big Town.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it'll be.
I think we have to start over. I think we have to start.
Mercy, Uncle. Y'all want to talk about the impeachment?
Is it going on?
It is.
Are they?
I don't want to
actually
get on the
doing-
rant thing again.
I don't think they're actually doing it. Not yet, right?
know.
Because it's not official.
Yeah, I mean, no.
You'd never guess that though by watching CNN.
Oh, yeah, I
would you?
know, right?
you'd think it was. I did not have sex with them Russians.
I was
like
trying to
1980.
lighten the mood there, you know.
It's like 1990 something all over again.
Yeah, I know, right?
1980 something, 70, 60, 50. It doesn't matter.
Should we start over?
Maybe we should.
No, man.
I think we went pretty far.
Yeah.
We've gone into the black abyss of
But
no-nos.
keep this.
Let's keep it, for a scratch, just in case,
I think we should keep it for comedy gold later on.
for safety's purposes. This could be our first gag reel.
Now with the DVD box set.
Pine box set.
The Pine box set.
The Pine Box set. Doug Stone comes
Doug
back
Stone
again.
comes back.
I'd be better off in a pine box on a slow train back to Georgia, when the gray walls of a prison doing time.
Then next thing.
That's 3-time callback.
Yeah.
We're having a Doug Stone theme here as of late.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually said something about us on Twitter.
Oh, really?
We weren't kind to him one day when Rusty was here.
We weren't mean.
We weren't mean. No.
Oh, you get a little pissed off?
It's good though.
Yeah, it is good.
I was expecting the Old Dominion guys to be the ones to stand up first because I give them all the time.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody's got to. Somebody's got to call him out on it.
Yes. Yes.
Who else can we trash?
Who else can we trash?
We're rolling.
Yeah.
Right.
They're all
Yeah.
going, yeah, look at my bank account, you
Yeah.
losers.
Yeah, that's
okay.
true. Hey,
Hey.
can I borrow $10 for gas?
I don't
gotta
have
get
it,
home.
man.
What about you?
Yeah,
Can I?
no, sorry, buddy.
Completely.
Yeah, but we can still look in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't want to do that anymore.
No
Scared of
regrets.
myself.
So we are going to keep this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
I think we should.
Yeah,
Right?
let's do it.
Because tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
You're homeschooled all the way, so you're already, you know, you're above already. You've hung out with old guys like us. I won't go there.
Why bother? I mean, we've already destroyed any ounce
I
of
don't
dignity we've had.
I just can't say on this show, man.
Yes! He dropped it!
Actually,
The
by
old
the
Cat
way,
Freak special.
your tracks on Isaac Cole's Christmas stuff,
Oh, that's right.
phenomenal. There was a couple on there where you take the time, you actually listen to the song that you're playing,
Thank you.
which is so.
I appreciate that.
I find myself not doing that a lot.
Well, you know.
I'll play the number.
No,
I
yeah.
won't play the song.
Yeah.
But if there's a word that says stop, you
Yeah.
bet those drums are going to plow right through.
Oh, yeah.
I am not stopping and stop
Once it-
anymore.
once it-
I am not
once-
stopping.
Once the train starts, you can't stop it.
That is the cheapest production thing you could do. I just want to stop. Tell you what I feel about you. How many times you hear that?
Every time. It's
weak.
Because everybody says when it says stop, we have to stop.
Nope.
Stop.
Not me.
Yeah.
Not you either, right?
Or when they, you know.
Come on.
when-
Join me.
Oh, yeah, I'm joining you.
Bedrock's plowing through all the time.
Bedrock, we will not stop when it
Bedrock
says
will
stop.
not stop on
You know.
Fred Barney Plow.
Yeah.
In fact, I might hit it harder right there. Maybe
Yeah,
add a couple snare
exactly.
fills.
Yeah.
Just right there.
We're not stopping.
Heck no.
You guys can stop.
You,
We're not
the rest
stopping.
of you can stop if you feel like it.
Yeah.
It's just another way they got just,
Oh, I know. Yeah.
man. Pizza's done.
All right, man.
I guess it means we have to go.
That means we got to turn Barney loose.